Well, hi guys, welcome back again to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make you guys a Jamaican Hardough bread. I'm going to make you up this Hardough bread. I'm going to show you how I do it in my kitchen. So if you want to see how I make my Hardough bread, come on and let's roll. Well, let's go through the ingredients. I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to use a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of dried yeast, add 1 cup of granulated sugar, 4 ounces of hard butter, 1 cup of milk. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of dried yeast. Just give it a little mix here. Go ahead and put this in my microwave. I just want it warm up, make it sit and cool down just for a little bit before I add it to the flour. So let's go to the next step. So okay guys, I'm going to go to the next step. First, I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour in here. A half a cup of pure granulated sugar, right? Not 1 cup, half a cup. And then I'm going to add 4 ounces of hard butter. Half a teaspoon of salt. Next thing you want to do is just take your hand and just mash that butter into the flour. So okay guys, I'm ready to move on to the next step. My yeast is ready. I put it in the microwave, let it warm up for like a minute. Then I take it out, let it sit for 10 minutes until the yeast is ready. So this is what the yeast looks like when it's ready. See how it's cuddled up on top? So that's how you know the yeast is ready before you put it into the flour, okay? Make sure that your hands are clean, guys, but always stress about clean on. And then I add the yeast in. Just do a little at a time and just mix this. Now guys, the best kind of bread you can ever eat is when it's like really, you need to make a soft dough. If you make the dough tough, like stiff, then this thing is going to be so hard and dry. So okay guys, that's the texture of my dough. I'm going to come in a little closer for you guys so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. You see the softer you make this dough, it's going to give that yeast enough room to rise so you can get a nice loaf of bread. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of flour on here. That feels nice to the touch. A little bit more flour because as you can see it's still sticking to the countertop. So we'll add a little bit more flour. You want to make sure that it's not sticking to your countertop. So my dough is perfect, right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move to my next step. Guys, so now I have this little container here, right? All I did was add a little bit of cooking oil in here. You just want to make sure that your sides are nicely coated. And what this is going to do is going to help the dough not to stick, right? When the dough starts to rise up, you don't want it to stick. So that's why you put that in there. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put my dough in here. You guys can see that. And just coat it, just like so. What to do now guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover it up. Just get a nice clean towel and just cover it up just like that in a nice warm area in your house, okay? Whether you want to put it on your window where the sun is coming in, but make sure it's a nice warm place so it have enough room to warm up and rise. I'm going to let this sit for about an hour to an hour and 10 minutes. And then we get ready to bake. So I'll see you back in an hour. So okay guys, the dough has been rising for an hour and 10 minutes. And that is exactly what it looks like. And that is exactly what I want. Okay guys, so here I have my baking baking pan, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and give this a little spray on the inside Never try to bake two small size bread. Okay, so you just basically do that. So here you go, guys. I'm gonna get my bread ready for baking, and I'm gonna bake 2 of them. So what I'm gonna do before I put it into the baking pan, I'm just gonna give it another little stretch, just like so, using the palm of your hand. Fold the 2 sides in, pat it down, and just roll it like so. Just like so. Bring out the ends and just do like this. And put it into your pan. Just like so. What I want you to do, guys, make sure that you let this bread sit for another 10 to 15 minutes. Okay? Make sure you make this thing sit for another 10 to 15 minutes before you put it into the oven. And let it rise just for a little bit. Okay? So I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm just going to get my towel and cover it over again another 15 minutes, and then I should be ready to put it in the oven. So I'll see you when this thing is done baking. So okay, guys, my bread is all done. I have 2 small loaves here. Once again, I baked them for 30 minutes on 350 degrees. So what I'm going to do for you guys, I'm going to go ahead and take them out. Once you're done bake them and everything, you just go ahead and take it out and just let it sit for a few minutes. I let them sit for like 15 minutes. Jamaican Hardough bread, see? Come on, nice and soft. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut into it so you can see the inside. It's nice and soft. So that's what guys, I'm all done. Jamaican Hardough bread in my kitchen. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy. I'm gonna let this cook for a good 30 minutes on medium heat. Cover it up nice and make it simmer. And when it's done simmer, it's time for we eat. So see you back in a few minutes.
So this is in with your foundation, full coverage, you know, like bam. And last but not least, the last thing I tend to go for in my makeup collection is this palette right here. Let me show you what this baby looks like. It has a whole bunch of concealers. I believe it's $10 for this palette.